Now, one piece of hardware that I received just before Christmas was the GAEMS unit. Now, it's a strange name, GAEMS, perhaps not the best and most focus tested name, but they're a solid unit. Basically, what it is, you've got the 17-inch version here, and there's a 19-inch version, and it's basically a monitor inside of a Pelican case. So it's great for like transporting your console around because they wear pretty tough. And instead of reviewing it when it first came out, I figured what I'd do is I'd road test it over a certain amount of time. And so I've had it for about 3-ish months now, and you can see the pristine 17-inch version there. And then you see my one with its deep cut personality scars and scrapes and scratches. And to be fair to it, it's a testament to how hard wearing it is. I've taken it international once. I've been interstate with it twice. And I use it every week at a class I run with a heap of a fair few teenagers. So it's definitely copped a lot of, I wouldn't say abuse, but I haven't particularly been nice to it because I wanted to test the capabilities of it. And on that front, it's pretty much delivered on everything that I could have asked for, because it is quite simply, as mentioned before, a monitor in a Pelican case. Like it's genuinely as simple as the pitch gets. So it's going to be one of those things that you're either going to want and need, or just want for the hell of having it. But when it's all said and done, it matters about how good the fidelity of the system is, of course. And so for what it is, the sound, particularly coming out of the speakers, is pretty good. It's definitely not fault. But you can also have 2 sets of headphones in, so if you're playing with somebody, you can both have sound, and it's great for those impromptu Again, as I say, I've used it at airports. I've used it at places where I shouldn't have used it. I've used it at shopping centers when I found the PowerPoint, and it's always worked really, really well. Again, should I be playing this in those situations? Probably not, but it's got that little bit of extra hardcore cool cred than bringing out your 3DS does. However, the monitor itself tends to be pretty good. It is kind of a limitation that they're only 17 and 19-inch monitors, but I mean, realistically, what if you were carrying a 32-inch monitor around with you, like over your shoulder the whole time? You would eventually just like pop your back out. So being realistic for the size of the screen and for the capacity of the screen to look good, it comes across great. There are a couple of issues I find with the build. I just find the hinges sometimes can be a little bit, a little bit flaky. They're normally fine, and they were much better when I started, but I have, again, as I say, I have been a bit of hard use, but I've found them to still work as well as anything. Over the shoulder can be a bit rough, especially when you've got a console. You forget how heavy consoles are until you have to load them into what's effectively going into a shoulder bag. So don't underestimate that. Again, I still really don't like the GAEMS name, but when it's all said and done, if you're the kind of person who in your life needs portable, easily to transport monitor with your console ready to go, it's fantastic. Do you need that? Well, that's the question you've got to ask yourself. They're a bit pricey, but I think they're still worth it if it's something that you've always lamented the fact that you just can't, I'm sitting here in a shopping center and I just love to be able to play Max Payne 3. It's an important question.